Good afternoon, baseball fans, and welcome to McLennan Field at Bosque River Ballpark for the first game of a doubleheader today between the McLennan Highlanders and the Hill Rebels. I'm Lark Smith here to describe the action for you. The Hill Rebels are coached by Chris Ratajki. They come in with a record of 22-12 on the year. They're 6-6 in the north part of Region 5. McLennan Highlanders under their head coach Tyler Johnson is 22-11 on the year, and they are in 10-6 in conference play. Let's give you the starters. First for the visitors from Hill. They'll lead off with their center fielder Bryce Deason. Batting second, playing second base, Lane Walton. Batting third is the first baseman Aiden Hatton. In the cleanup spot, third baseman Sam York. Batting fifth, doing the catching, Tanner Cooper. Batting sixth is the left fielder Layden Sepulvedo. Batting seventh, the designated hitter James Vanderpool. Batting eighth is the right fielder Vigo Lopez. And batting ninth is the shortstop Dylan Martinez. So that's Deason, Walton, Hatton, York, Cooper, Sepulvedo, Vanderpool, Lopez, and Martinez, the starters for the Hill Rebels. And they will start on the mound, Jackson Rifle. Tyler Johnson for the McLennan Highlanders is in his third season, guiding their baseball fortunes. Has 105 wins and 47 losses, and this is the way he's filled out his lineup card to take on the Hill Rebels here in Game 1. Leading off is the shortstop, Sherman Johnson. Batting second, playing at second base, Spencer Butt. Batting third is the right fielder, Marcus Smith. In the cleanup spot, left fielder, Daniel Harden. The designated hitter will bat fifth, that's A.J. Goitia. Batting sixth is the first baseman, McLean Helton. In the seventh spot and doing the catching is Dayton LaChance. Batting eighth, third baseman, Cage McLeod. And batting ninth is the center fielder, Owen Smith. So that's Johnson, Butt, Marcus Smith, Harden, Goitia, Helton, LaChance, McLeod, and Owen Smith, the starting nine for the McLennan Highlanders. And they will start on the mound, Alex Wallace. Wallace, a 6'8", 230-pound sophomore from Rancho Santa Margarita, California. His last outing was against Ranger and was not a good outing for him in the first inning as he gave up 5 runs on 6 hits in that first inning, but he continued on in the game, pitched 5 innings in the game, and the Highlanders end up winning that ball game. So he just got off to a bad start, but after that, he didn't allow any more hits for the next 4 innings. He comes into today's game with a record of 6 wins and 1 loss. He's thrown the most innings for any Highlander pitcher at 33 2/3. Has allowed 11 runs, and they are earned on 35 hits. He's walked only 6 while striking out a team-high 41. Opponents are hitting .255 off of Wallace, who has a 2.94 earned run average. That earned run average, though, has ballooned a bit in conference play, as his conference earned run average is at 4.11. He's taking on a Hill team that's hitting .296 as a team. The Rebels have hit 33 home runs on the year, but they do strike out quite a bit. They have struck out 251 times, compared to just 168 walks. We are ready to get underway with Game 1. It is scheduled for 7 innings here at Bosque River Ballpark. Game 2 will follow at about 30 minutes after the completion of this one. That is scheduled for 9 innings. Bryce Deason leads it off for the Hill Rebels. 6 foot, 185-pound freshman out of Longview, Louisiana. From the right side against the right-hander, Alex Wallace. First pitch, breaking ball, is in for a strike. Four-game series between these two teams that are only separated by about 35 miles up Interstate 35. Fastball's in for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes. Next 2 games are scheduled for Saturday, weather permitting, but the weather is kind of gloomy like it is today for the rest of the week. 0-2 the count on Bryce Deason. Pitch misses a little low and away. Try to get him to chase after one. Start today's game under very cloudy conditions, 79 degrees with drizzle in the area. Fastball's hit on the ground to the first baseman, McLean Helton. He will outrace the batter runner to the bag for out number one. One away. That brings up the second baseman, Lane Walton. Got a southwest breeze at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Relative humidity at 77%. Heavy air today here at the ballpark. The wind blowing out toward left field. Walton takes the first pitch breaking ball outside for ball one. Walton has appeared in every game this year as a starter for Chris Ritake and the Hill Rebels. Hitting .318 to start the series. Breaking ball hits the outside corner, 1 ball, 1 strike. Defensively in the outfield for McLennan, you got Daniel Harden in left, Owen Smith in center, and Marcus Smith in right. 1 ball, 1 strike to count on Lane Walton. Another off-speed pitch misses away. 2-1 to count on the infield for McLennan. You got Gage McLeod at third, Sherman Johnson, the shortstop, Spencer Butt at second base, and McLean Helton at first. Dayton LaChance doing the catching for the Highlanders here in game one. 2-1 pitch. Fastball swung through and missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Walton's collected 41 hits on the year. 16 of those for extra bases. 8 doubles, 4 triples, 4 home runs. He has picked up 42 RBI and scored 40 runs. 2-2 pitch. Off speed and swung through and missed. First strikeout of the game for Alex Wallace. Strikeout number 42 on the year for the right-hander. 2 outs. Now here's Aiden Hatton, the first baseman. 6'2", 210 sophomore from Burleson Centennial High School. From the left side. Checked the swing. Didn't check it in time, according to our home plate umpire, Mickey Cochran. Always good to see Mickey calling games. One of the veterans from the Texas Association of Sports Officials in the Central Texas area. The 0-1. Fastball is above the letters. 1 ball, 1 strike. This is the 31st game for Hatton to appear in. All our starts. He's only missed about 3 games this year. 1-1 pitch. Just misses down. 2-1 is the count now. Hatton with 25 hits on the year. 8 of those for extra bases. 4 doubles, 4 home runs. The 4 home runs is tied for the team lead. 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball, still missing the bottom of the zone. Goes to 3 balls and 1 strike. Outfield playing Hatton straight away. Hitting .301 to start the day. Fastball is upstairs for ball 4. Hatton draws the walk. It's a 2-out walk. And that brings up Sam York, the third baseman. Team leading 29th walk collected by Aiden Hatton. He's at first base with 2 outs for Sam York. A freshman out of El Dorado, Arkansas, stands in at 6'2", 195. He's got the best average on the team at 360. Collecting 40 hits on the year. First pitch breaking ball on the inside corner at the knees for a strike. 11 extra base hits, 7 are doubles, 1 triple and 3 home runs. He's knocked in 27 and scored 28 times. Now, time asked for. 2 strikes, I believe, is the count now, as the batter did not get into the batter's box in the required time. That's part of that pitch clock rule. Batter has to be in the box in a certain amount of time, and the pitcher has to throw the ball in a certain amount of time. Throw down on the stolen base, not going to be in time. Aiden Hatton is at second base with a count of 1 ball and 2 strikes. That's Hatton's 6th stolen base of the year and 8 tries. Now York trying to pick up his 28th RBI. Something to the outfield with 2 outs. Wallace checks his runner in the 1-2. Breaking ball is hit foul, third base side. Got 3 other conference series starting up today. Grayson is at Vernon. Weatherford is at Ranger, and North Central playing at Cisco today. Grayson and Weatherford, the 2 teams at the top of the standings in the Northern Texas Junior College Conference. McLennan just right behind those 2 teams in 3rd place. Now the 1-2 pitch from Wallace is way high. Chance does a good job at reaching up and keeping that from going to the backstop. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner at second base here in the top of the 1st. Breaking ball, swung and a miss for strike 3. Second strikeout for Alex Wallace. For Hill in the 1st. No runs, no hits, no errors, and there was 1 runner left on base. Head to the bottom of the 1st with our score. Hill nothing, and McLennan coming to bat.
Are you a church media team leader or pastor looking to elevate your streaming game? With Lighthouse Streaming, you can effortlessly manage and broadcast your church services to multiple platforms at once. Save time, reach a wider audience, and keep your content secure with our cloud storage solutions. Ready to take your church's message to the next level? Visit lighthousestreaming.com and book your free consultation today. Connect, inspire, and grow with Lighthouse Streaming.
Whether you're fast-tracking toward a rewarding career or building the foundation for advanced studies, you'll find a path to success with one of McLennan Community College's 140-plus degree and
freshman right-hander Jackson Rayfield on the mound for Hill to start game 1. 6'3", 205 out of George Ranch High School in Sugar Land, Texas. This will be his 10th appearance of the year. According to their stats, his 3rd start. He's 3-2 with a 6.00 earned run average. He's thrown the most innings for the Rebels at 33. Allowing 23 runs, 22 earned on 36 hits. He's walked 17 and struck out 28. Opponents hitting .290 against the right-hander. Leading off for the Highlanders is the shortstop, Sherman Jackson. Jackson, the second pitch is hit over the first baseman into the right field corner. He's on his way to second, and he will walk in there with a stand-up double to start the 1st inning for the Highlanders. 6th double of the year for Sherman Johnson. The Highlanders have go-ahead run in scoring position after just 1 batter. Spencer Butt comes to the plate. 5'10", 165-pound freshman from Davie, Florida. He's hitting .404 for the Highlanders this year. That's in limited play. He's been limited due to a hamstring injury. Has been playing well once conference started. He's swinging away and watches the first pitch down for ball one. He is 15 for 34 since conference play started. Again, swinging away, takes a pitch on the inside corner at the knees for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. He's collected 19 hits, 1 double, 1 home run. If he can bring home Johnson from second base, it'd be his 11th RBI of the year. A 1-1 pitch. That's lined into right and into left field for a base hit. Johnson being waved around third. The throw from the outfield is offline, and Johnson slides in safely, and the Highlanders have a 1-0 lead on the RBI single by Spencer Butt. First time for Sherman Johnson to score. Now Butt on for Marcus Smith, who's swinging one of the hottest bats for the Highlanders right now. Hitting .375 on the year. Foul tips the first pitch off the catcher's mitt for strike 1. He has been on a tear in conference play against Ranger in the 4-game series. He was 8 for 15. 4 doubles and a home run. There goes the runner. The pitch is fouled off. Looked like he was trying to go to right field, trying to hit behind the runner. But checked the swing on the pitch that was up and got it just under the ball and fouled it over the backstop. So no balls and 2 strikes on Marcus Smith. Sophomore out of Harlem, New York. 6 foot 190. Takes a pitch outside. 1-2 the count. His .375 average. He is just now qualified for enough official at bats to be among the conference leaders. He's got the 10th best average in the conference. Checks the swing on a pitch that's down. It goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. He's collected 27 hits on the year. Has the team lead in doubles with 8 and also has collected 6 home runs. A throw to first base will chase Spencer Butt back to the bag. A nice job over there by Aiden Hatton to keep the ball from going up the right field foul line. 2-2 pitch. There goes the runner. The pitch is taken for a ball. The throw down is not in time, or is it? Yes, it is. Says he slid past the bag. So Spencer Butt thrown out 2-4 by the catcher, Tanner Cooper, for the first out. Just the second time that Butt has been thrown out in 8 tries. Count of 3-2 though on Marcus Smith with 1 out. Pitch is outside for ball 4. First walk issued by Jackson Rayfell. That is the 24th walk collected by Marcus Smith. Now here's the left fielder, Daniel Harden. Highlanders have now walked 220 times and been hit 70 times. That's 293 bases compared to 236 strikeouts. Hill Rebels have been hit by a pitch 68 times. Sounds like a lot of guys standing on top of the plate. The 1-0 pitch is hit in the air, but going to get out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Harden, 6'2", 205 sophomore from Prairieville, Louisiana. He's headed to LSU next year. He has scored the most runs for the Highlanders so far this year with 36. He was in the leadoff spot for most of the season. A swing and a miss there. Takes it to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tyler Johnson recently readjusted the batting lineup, placing Harden in the cleanup spot as opposed to that leadoff spot, moving Sherman Johnson up to the leadoff spot. It's been paying off with a few more runs produced for the Highlanders. Throw over to first base, Johnson back without a tag. Defensively in the outfield for Hill, you got Layton Sepulvedo in left field, Bryce Deason in center field, Vigo Lopez in right. The 1-2. That's hit in the air toward the gap in left center field. Left fielder, center fielder going over, and none of them will get to it as it bounces on the warning track. Being stopped at third base is Marcus Smith, and it's a double for Daniel Harden. Second double of the inning for McLennan. Eighth double of the year for Harden. It's going to tie him with Marcus Smith for the team lead. His 37th hit of the season. 2 in scoring position with 1 out, and A.J. Goitia, the designated hitter at the plate. He's out of Wesley Chapel, Florida, 5'11", 190, a sophomore. Takes a slider on the inside third for a strike. If it wasn't for the stolen base attempt, the Highlanders would probably have 2 runs, 2 on and nobody out. 0-1. Fouled off the end of the bat over toward the first base dugout, occupied by the Hill Rebels. 0-2 the count. On Goitia, hitting .319 on the year. His 23 hits include 5 doubles and 5 home runs. Trying to add to his 27 RBI here. Breaking ball misses outside. 1-2 the count. Marcus Smith at third, Daniel Harden at second. Good speed on the base pass, but Goitia goes down swinging for the second out. First strikeout collected by Jackson Raphael. That leaves it up to McLean Helton, first baseman, to try to add more runs. Helton's out of Houston, Cy Woods High School, a freshman, 6'2", 185, hitting .375 in limited action for the Highlanders. He's worked his way into the lineup with his bat. Takes the first pitch above the letters for ball 1. He was 8 for 13 against Ranger in the most recent series, with a double and 2 home runs, 2 of his 3 on the year. 1-0, taken away. 2 balls and no strikes. You got to feel like McLean's going to get something to hit. The Rebels do not want to put him at first and load the bases for Dayton LaChance, the top RBI guy on the team. 2-0 pitch, low and inside. 3-0 the count. Helton with 28 hits, includes 4 doubles and those 3 home runs we talked about. He's picked up 16 RBI and scored 27 runs. Shows bunt, pulls back, and it's ball 4. Second walk of the inning. Loads him up. Brings up Dayton LaChance. That's the 12th walk collected this year by Hilton. Dayton not only the top RBI guy for the McLennan Highlanders, he's the top RBI guy in the north part of Region 5 with 45. He also leads the team in hits with 44. And tied for the team lead in doubles at 8 and takes the first pitch breaking ball on the inside corner for a strike. Sophomore out of Sherbrooke, Quebec, 6'4", 240. He's headed to Oklahoma next year. Play for Tyler Johnson's dad, Skip Johnson. Breaking ball's down. 1 ball, 1 strike. Johnson started the inning with a double, singled home by Spencer Butt. Butt was then thrown out trying to steal second. Marcus Smith walked. Daniel Harden doubled him to third. And then after a strikeout of Goitia, Hilton's walked to load him up. Pitch is grounded down the left side foul outside the bag at third. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Dayton likes to put the ball in play. He's got 126 official at-bats this year. 10 walks and 16 strikeouts. He's been hit by a pitch 4 times. Like I say, he likes to put the ball in play. One ball, 2 strikes. Second baseman shaded over toward the bag at second to try to take away the middle of the diamond. A 1-2 pitch. Check the swing on the pitch down. They appeal to first base. They say it didn't go. Deuces across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. A chance with an opportunity to make it a big inning for the Highlanders in the first. They've scored 1. They got ducks on the pond here. Fouled off to the backstop. Stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wind currently blowing out to left at about 10 miles an hour. About a 300-foot cliff behind this ballpark that protects the home plate area and pretty much out to about second base. Once you get to second base is when the wind takes effect. Another 2-2 pitch. Swung and missed for strike 3. Went after an eye-high fastball. Couldn't connect. Second strikeout of the inning for Rifle. For the Highlanders in the first, they get a run. They do it on 3 base hits. There was no errors, and they left 3 runners on base. We played 1 in our scores. McLennan 1 and Hill nothing. Top half of the second inning for the Hill Rebels. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 in the batting order. Face Alex Wallace. Catcher Tanner Cooper leads it off, hitting from the left side against the right-hander. First pitch breaking ball misses low for ball one. Cooper has appeared in every game for the Hill Rebels this year. He's a 6-foot, 220-pound freshman out of Klein Oak High School in the Houston area. Another breaking ball is down. 2 balls and no strikes. Radar indicates some showers headed our way. If there's no lightning, we'll continue to play. In fact, I'm already feeling some light sprinkles. Pop up third base side. McLean Helton, the third baseman, gets under it and in foul territory, makes the catch for out number 1. Now here's Layden Sepulvedo, the left fielder. He's out of Longview, Louisiana, 6'1", 195-pound freshman. Takes the first pitch slider outside for ball 1. Hitting .260 on the year. 25 hits, 10 are for extra bases. That's 4 doubles, 3 triples, 3 home runs. The 1-0 pitch. That breaks into the zone right at the belt on the inside third. 1 ball, 1 strike. Only had 1 lightning delay here at Bosque River Ballpark this year. Pitch is down, 2 balls and 1 strike. That lasted about 2 hours on a rain cell that dropped maybe 2 minutes of rain on the field, but lightning in the area kept us off the field for a while. Ground ball to the shortstop. Sherman Johnson sets his feet and makes a good throw for out number 2. Two up and 2 down here in the second for the Rebels. That'll bring up James Vanderpool, a freshman from Elgin, Oklahoma. 6'2", 260. Takes the first pitch inside for ball 1. Hitting .315 on the year for the Rebels. Got 23 hits. Sliders in for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. He's got 3 doubles and 3 home runs. He's picked up 17 RBIs and scored 13 runs. 1-1 pitch. Another slider on the inside corner at the belt. 0-2. Picked up 2 strikeouts in the first inning. Inning number 3 of the game. Fires 1 fastball down below around the shoestrings. Vanderpool will not chase that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the second. Fastball is out. Fills it up at 3-2. Wallace had 2 out in the first before he walked a batter, but left that runner stranded. The payoff, off speed, swung on a miss for strike 3. Third strikeout of the game for Alex Wallace. 3 up and 3 down. Go the Rebels in the second. We head to the bottom of the second with our score. McLennan 1 and Hill 0.
Leading off the Highlanders, number 7, McLeod.
Leading off for McLennan in the bottom of the second inning is the third baseman, Cage McLeod. Followed by Owen Smith, and then it's back to the top of the order. So 8, 9, and 1 to face Jackson or Rayfell. Gave up a run on 3 hits in the first. McLeod takes the first pitch down for ball 1. Cage has brought his average back up just bumbling under 300 at 298. Pitch is outside. He started off like a house on fire. Had an average up around 400 for a long period of time, but went into a slump and it dropped below 300. But now that he started to take a few more pitches, his average is starting to climb back up. He's up 3 balls and no strikes. He's collected 25 hits on the year. A freshman out of nearby China Spring, Texas. And he takes a strike at the knees on the outside third. 3-1 the count. 6-1, 195. 6 doubles, a team leading 3 triples on the year and 4 home runs. Takes ball 4. Leadoff walk for the Highlanders here in the second. Third walk given up by Rayfel. So 23rd walk collected by McLeod this year. And now here's Owen Smith. 5'10", 190-pound sophomore from Houston, Klein Oak High School in the Houston area. Hitting .273, batting in the 9th spot, squares the bunt and bunts it in the air, third base side foul. Trying to move the runner over. Smith does lead the team in one category. He has the most stolen bases of any Highlander at 7. Throw to first base, chases McLeod back to the bag. McLennan with 61 stolen bases on the year out of 76 attempts. Lays off the pitch upstairs. He squared a bunt again. Did not offer at it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Second baseman Walton shaded over toward the bag at second. Again, Smith squares the bunt, and he's hit by a pitch. They say he pulled back, so therefore it's not a dead ball strike. So the bottom 2 get on by way of freebies on a walk and a hit batter. And now here's Sherman Johnson, who doubled into the right field corner his first time up. 7th time this year that Owen Smith's been hit by a pitch. That is how many times he was hit last year by pitches. Now the head coach for the Hill Rebels, Chris Ratajski, headed out to the mound and wants to discuss the defensive situation here with runners at first and second and nobody out in the top of the order at the plate. Gives us a chance to check some of the other games going on in the conference. They're in the top of the second in Cisco, with Cisco on top of North Central 4-0. In the top of the third, Weatherford has a 1-0 lead at Ranger. Those are the only scores I'm able to find at this time. Nothing on Grayson and Vernon available just yet. And maybe that's one. There we go. That is in the top of the third, and Grayson has a 6-1 lead on Vernon, at Vernon. 1-0 McLennan here, and the Highlanders threatening here in the bottom of the second. Johnson bunts up the third base line. It's a good one. The third baseman picks it up, throws to first base wildly. Johnson is safe. He leaps over the umpire. 1 run is scored, and everybody's safe. That's going to be an error on the third baseman. A 2-base error at that. McLeod scores. Can't give the RBI on play. And Smith moves over to third. So again, the runners, McLennan has runners at second and third and nobody out. Leadoff walk comes back to haunt as McLeod has scored his 34th run of the year. First pitch hacking bunt since one into the glove of the third baseman on a leaping grab. He throws across the diamond, and he is out at first base, but coming home on the 5-3 ground out is Owen Smith. How'd they say he's safe? Pardon me. That was blocked from the umpire. I'm just trying to go off of the reaction by the runner, but they say he is safe, so it's an infield single for Spencer Butt, giving the RBI. Highlanders up 3-0. 2 runs here in the second. Sherman Johnson now at third base. Runners at the corners for Marcus Smith. First pitch breaking ball stays inside for ball 1. Called a strike. Spencer Butt with 2 RBIs in the game already. Marcus walked his first time up. Hits this one up the third baseline, but foul. An excellent secondary lead at first base by Spencer Butt. Nobody out. Highlanders have scored 2 and threaten to get more with runners at the corners. There goes the runner from first. The pitch is up. The throw down is going to be try to be cut off by the second baseman, but he's unable to handle it, and it ends up being a double steal. Sherman Johnson steals home. He was going to come home no matter what. I'm sure that was part of the discussion about the defense whenever Chris Ratajski went out there a moment ago. They failed to execute it. But now 3 runs in inning and a 4-0 lead for the Highlanders. Breaking ball is hit foul third base side. Marcus, when he walked earlier, his 24th walk of the year. Against just 21 strikeouts. Like I say, he's got one of the hottest bats in the Highlander lineup right now. That's why they've placed him in the 3 hole in the order. 2-2 pitch. Low and away. Gets his lead from second base. 3-2 pitch. Popped up first base side. It is playable maybe for the first baseman, and he runs into the fence, and it goes into the bullpen. Going to check on Aiden Hatton after running into the side fence trying to chase down that foul ball. Marcus stays alive at the plate at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bottom of the second inning. Highlanders with a 4-0 lead. 1 in the first and 3 here in the second. Possibility of getting more of the runner in scoring position and nobody out. Now, Raphael will step off the pitcher's plate. Wants to get some more rosin. That'll get him a new pitch clock. Payoff. On the inside, ball 4. Third free base in the inning, actually fourth with the error. Puts runners at first and second. Marcus Smith now with 2 walks in the game, 25 on the year. Here's Daniel Harden. He doubled his last time up. His 8th double of the year. Takes a pitch for a strike. Now hitting .321 on the year. I'm sorry, make that 320. He came in hitting .321, hitting .327 now with his 37 hits. Takes a pitch low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Right-hander working in the Rebel bullpen now. Pitch is low and away. Two and 1 to count. Off speed and high. Three and 1 is the count. On Daniel Harden. Leads the team in a couple of categories. Runs scored and hit by pitch. He's been hit 11 times this year. Takes a pitch right at the letters. Borderline call goes the way of the batter. And the walk by to Harden loads up the bases for McLennan. Brings up A.J. Goitia, who struck out his last time up, but that's going to be it for the starter, Jackson Rayfield. As Chris Ratajski once again out of the dugout for a visit on the mound. The starter's going to only go 1 inning. He's given up 4 runs already and possibility of more with the bases loaded. That's off of just 4 hits. He walked far too many. Walked 5. Struck out 2. Plus he hit a batter. Well, that's going to be it for the starter. He does have property on the base paths. Rebels go with a new right-hander on the hill. Taking over is Micah Early, 6 foot, 180-pound sophomore from Baytown, Texas, Goose Creek High School. Give you some numbers on Micah Early. Be his 12th appearance of the year, which ties him for the team lead for most appearances. 3 wins, no losses, no saves. The 3 wins are tied for the most. He's thrown 32 2/3 innings, giving up 14 runs that are earned on 24 hits. He's walked 12 and struck out 25. Opponent's only hitting 197 off of Early, who has a 3.86 earned run average. He's trying to keep the Highlanders from having a huge inning here. They've already got a big inning with 3 runs on the board, and the bases loaded and nobody out. And the designated hitter, A.J. Goitia, coming up to the plate. One of the 2 strikeout victims for Rayfield, the starter. He leads the team in walks collected at 24. Wouldn't mind picking up his 28th RBI with a bases loaded walk, but he'd like to get a few more if he could. Probably jumping on a first pitch fastball here. Got a breaking ball instead. It bounced off the plate, and he was way out in front. No balls and 1 strike. He was sitting dead red, thinking that's what he was going to get. Got something that fell off the table. Bud at third. Marcus Smith at second. Daniel Harden at first. Breaking ball hits him. Hit by a pitch for the 7th time this year. Brings in his 28th run of the year, and the Highlanders now have a 4-run second and a 5-0 lead. A lot of freebies in the frame for the Highlanders. They have just one hit. There's also an error, 3 walks, 2 hit batters. And the 8th batter of the frame coming to the plate in McLean Helton. Helton walked his first time. Takes a breaking ball down for ball 1. Popped up, left side, foul territory. Third baseman, shortstop giving chase. Run out of room. 1-1 to count on McLean Helton. Helton seeing action for the 24th time this year. This is game 34 of the year for McLennan. Again, pop foul, third base side out of play. Helton has been pretty much a consummate opposite field hitter for the Highlanders. The way he has approached this particular at-bat, looks like he's trying to get something into the left field corner if he can. 1-2 pitch from early is down. Fastball called a strike on the inside corner. Goes down looking for the first out. First strikeout for Early. Third strikeout for Hill pitching. Now here's the team's RBI leader, Dayton LaChance. He struck out his first time up with the bases loaded. Got the bases loaded here with just 1 out. Takes a pitch low and away for ball 1. He has appeared in every game for the Highlanders this year as a starter. Has picked up a team high 44 hits, team high 45 runs. That's also the conference lead in RBIs at 45. Pitch bounces in, skitters away from the catcher, but nobody's going to move up. 2-0 the count. Game number 96 in his career here at McLennan. A .339 career average for the Highlanders. Two-0 pitch is above the letters. That's the one he struck out on earlier and lays off of it this time. He's looking for a pitch that he can put on Lakeshore Drive here. If he gets it, he'll clean and jerk it. It's inside too much for him. He wanted a little bit further out, took it for strike 1. Bags full of Highlanders with 1 out. 3-1 pitch. Popped up behind home plate. Tanner Cooper, the catcher, over near the fence, runs out of room. Count runs full on Dayton LaChance. We might might get lucky, and that little line of showers that's headed this way might split up. Not get us wet, we'll see. Three-two pitch. Again, chased one up above the shoulders. Third baseman giving chase in foul territory. Again, runs out of room. Lights have been on here at McLennan Field since batting practice began. Dark cloud rolling in makes the lights a little bit more prominent. Chances fouled off several 3-2 pitches. A long look in by Early. Now goes to the stretch. Again popped up on a pitch up around the shoulders. And this will hit the roof. Chance trying to barrel up something to bring home some runs here. Center fielder Deason playing very deep in center field. Again, the wind blowing out to left, but only at about 10 miles per hour. One more 3-2 pitch on its way. Fouled that one off. Just got a piece of a slider and cued it off the end of the bat. Good at bat here by LaChance. Battling until he gets his pitch. Early to his stretch. Foul tipped. Oh, the catcher can't hold on to it. Dayton has now collected 121 career hits, 22 doubles, 2 triples, and 16 career home runs. Popped up out toward center field. The second baseman, well, his infield fly rule in effect as the second baseman goes out in the shallow center field to make the catch. Route number 2. You got to give it to Micah Early after hitting a batter to allow a inherited run to score. He's got a strikeout and a pop out and now faces Cage McLeod. McLeod started this inning with a walk and scored. .34 runs scored by McLeod now on the year. First pitch hacking sends one down the left side out of play. He does like to jump on the first pitch. Trying to improve a .298 average, get that back up above 300. He was 6 for 10 against Ranger in the series last week. Takes a pitch inside, corner. First strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. Not only did he go 6 for 10, he scored 8 runs and had a 10 RBI against Ranger last week. RBI opportunity here with the bases loaded and 2 outs, but an 0-2 count and pitches up above the hat. 1-2. Marcus Smith at third, Daniel Harden at second, A.J. Goitia at first. Swing and a miss. Cloud goes down swinging. They asked the second base umpire whether or not the catcher caught that cleanly, and apparently he did. So it's a strikeout for McLeod, which ends the inning. Second strikeout for Micah Early. The Highlanders in the second get 4 runs. They do it on just 1 base hit. There was an error, and once again the Highlanders left the bases loaded. They've left 6 on place now in 2 innings. After 2 complete, our new score is McLennan 5 and Hill nothing.
Whether you're fast-tracking toward a rewarding career or building the foundation for advanced studies, you'll find a path to success with one of McLennan Community College's 140-plus degree and certification programs. MCC works for me.
Centex Primetime, your go-to source for all things sports. Jalen Gillis brings the realness. Dive into the heart of sports with the most passionate commentary around. From pro to high school, Jalen's got the insight and energy you crave. Catch all the action weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex.
Leading on for the Rebels in the top half of the third, beginning with 17, Vigo Lopez.
Sophomore right fielder Vigo Lopez leads off the third inning for the Hill Rebels. 8, 9, and 1 in the order to face Alex Wallace, who now has a 5-run cushion to work with after his teammates got him 4 runs in the second. Lopez from San Juan, Texas, down in the valley. Takes the first pitch, breaking ball for strike one. Hitting .302 with 26 hits. Tied for the team lead in home runs with 4. And is the leading base stealer with 16. Takes a pitch inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. 6'2", 210 sophomore. He's headed to McNeese next year. Swung over the top of a breaking ball. 1-2 the count. Atlanta Storms ain't quite here yet. Pitch misses outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We still might get wet here. 2-2 pitch. Off speed, bounces in. Goes to 3-2. Lopez has collected 25 walks on the year against 21 strikeouts. Swings and misses. That's going to be the 4th strikeout for Alex Wallace. And brings up the shortstop, Dylan Martinez. Foul tipped off the mitt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Martinez hails from Forney, Texas, up in the Dallas Metro Mess. Going to take a little time as that foul tip caught our catcher, Dayton LaChance. So Tyler Johnson, his head coach, going to come out and check on him. Tyler himself, a catcher during his playing days, considered one of the top catching instructors in junior college baseball. Now going to walk it off a little bit. Says, let's play ball. Martinez with 29 hits on the year. 7 doubles, but no triples or home runs. Kind of 1 ball, 1 strike. With 1 out now. Well, we still don't have LaChance ready to go. Home plate umpire Mickey Cochran going to give him all the time he needs. Now Dayton says, okay, I think I'm not dizzy anymore. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fouled off. Yeah, I don't like that dark cloud that's approaching from our left field corner. Once again, we're going to Take a little extra time for LaChance. Mickey asks for a new pitch clock for the pitcher. 1-2. Bad handle blooper, first base side, giving chase is Helton, but he can't get to it. Does a good job of defending himself with the fence at first base side. One and two, the count. Over the top of a breaking ball for his fifth strikeout for Wallace. 2 up and 2 down. 3 in a row struck out by Wallace. Now back to the top of the order, and Bryce Deason. Wallace has been through the order one time, given up no runs on no hits. He's walked 1 and struck out 5. Grounded out to first base his first time up. Takes a pitch that bounces off the plate for ball 1. Deason now hitting .218 after that ground out. Pitch up and in, hits him. 8th time he's been hit by a pitch this year. Just the second base runner allowed by Alex Wallace, as that breaking ball didn't quite have the break on it that he wanted. Notice the flags out in left field are not blowing as they have been, kind of hanging next to the flagpoles. Not a whole lot of breeze right now here at McLennan Field. In fact, the wind may be changing direction with that line of storms coming through here. There's Lane Walton. Hits the first pitch foul, first base side. Freshman from George Ranch High School in Sugar Land. 6'4", 190. First base, sends him back to the bag there. Walton leads the team in many categories. Runs with 40, hits with 41, doubles with 8, triples with 4, home runs with 4, RBIs with 42. Slugging percentage at .535. He probably gets the meals for the team after the game. And may even drove one of the buses to get the team here. Sean still acts like he's not totally recovered from that foul tip earlier. There goes the runner. A throw down is in plenty of time. They say he's safe, though. He somehow managed to swim by the tag on a stolen base for Bryce Deason. Puts him in scoring position. Deason's 7th stolen base of the year without being caught. Now the Rebels' top RBI guy going to try to bring him home. There are 2 outs. Breaking ball is swung through and missed. Goes to 1 and 2. The pitch looks like it's going to be in the strike zone and then just falls off the table. One, 2. Fastball is hit up the middle in the center field for a base knock. Runner from second going to be waved home, and he'll be in safely. RBI single for Lane Walton. Makes it 5-1, still in favor of McLennan. The RBI is the 43rd of the year for Lane Walton. As the freebie comes back to haunt the Highlanders. Actually, two freebies with the hit batter and the stolen base.
Yeah, so they'll take him 16, Aiden Hatton.
Decent scores for the 22nd time this year. Now, here's the three-hole hitter, Aiden Hatton, who walked his first trip up. Pops this one out towards center field. Going back is Owen Smith. He waits for it to come out of the Waco afternoon, makes the catch for the third out to retire the side. For Hill in the third, they get a run on one hit. No Highlander errors and one man left on base. Head to the bottom of the third with the new scores. McLennan 5 and Hill 1.
Centex Primetime, your go-to source for all things sports. Jalen Gillis brings the realness. Dive into the heart of sports with the most passionate commentary around. From pro to high school, Jalen's got the insight and energy you crave. Catch all the action weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex Sports Network, only on YouTube. Join the conversation and elevate your sports knowledge with Centex Primetime. Don't miss it.
Nine, 1 and 2 for McLennan here in the bottom half of the third inning, facing Micah Early, who came in relief for the starter with nobody out in the second inning, but was able to get the Highlanders out after giving up just one inherited run. First pitch to Owen Smith misses outside for ball one. Owen hit by a pitch and scored his first time. Hits this one on the ground third base side. He gets foul. If we're going to get any rain out of this thing, it's going to start pretty quick here. But still, no lightning detected, which is good. We can play in the rain. 1-1 pitch. Slider in for a strike. Popped up, foul, out of play. Swing and a miss. That is the third strikeout for Micah Early since entering the game, and the fifth strikeout for Hill pitching. One out here in the bottom of the third, and now it's the top of the order. Sherman Johnson stepping up to the plate. Leadoff batter batting for the third time here in the third inning. Takes a pitch for a strike just under the letters in the heart of the plate. He's been on twice and scored twice. Now 22 runs scored on the year for Sherman Johnson. He lines this one right into the glove of the shortstop Martinez. going toward the bag at second for out number 2. Two up and two down here in the third. Here's the second baseman, Spencer Butt, who has 2 singles and 2 RBI in the game. He's raised his average up to 429. Jumps on the first pitch, fouls it off. Left side out of play. He now 17 for 36 in conference play. Takes a pitch up high. Hitting .472 in league action. Swing and a miss. One ball, 2 strikes. Micah Early has come in to put out the fire that the Highlanders were able to start in the first 2 innings. Deuce is wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Off the plate, actually off his foot. It's a foul ball. Popped up out towards shallow right center field. Second baseman, shortstop, center fielder all coming in, and it's the center fielder, Deason, who takes charge and makes the catch for the third out to retire the side. For McLennan in the third, it's 3 up and 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We've played 3 and our score is McLennan 5 and Hill 1. Alex Wallace has thrown 51 pitches against the Hill Rebels, giving them just 1 run on 1 hit so far. Out to work his 4th inning and face 4, 5, and 6 in the Hill batting order. Sam York leads it off. Struck out his first time up. York came in with the best average on the team at 360. Takes a first pitch slider on the inside corner above the knees for strike 1. Another breaker misses outside this time. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, the wind is not blowing very hard right now. Flags next to the flagpoles. Breaking ball in for a strike. Kind of an eerie look to the field right now with a dark cloud right over the top of us, but bright light on each side of that. Maybe this will pass without any water. 1-2. Bounces in. Shot's able to block that one. Line foul left side. Stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two teams scheduled to complete this 4-game set in Hillsboro on Saturday beginning at 12 noon, if the weather will cooperate between now and then. 2-2 pitch. Hit well toward left field. I don't think the park will hold it. Sam York with his 4th home run of the year makes it 5-2. Don't know how the Highlanders are going to handle the way he kind of skipped up first base and watched that one go, and takes a little extra time getting around the bases. But he picks up his 28th RBI of the year and makes it a 5-2 game. So York with the solo home run. Passes the bat to Tanner Cooper, who popped out to the third baseman his first time up. Breaking ball misses outside for ball 1 to Cooper. The 1-0. In for a strike. Rain in the forecast for Saturday. The field at Hill College is natural turf. Usually drains pretty well or dries fairly well because it's up on a hill and gets lots of wind. Pitches, misses down. But the Rebels had a game scheduled this past Monday with Bossier Parish. They ended up having to cancel the game due to field conditions. The 2-1 fouled off, and the bat goes helicoptering all the way into the Hill dugout. Need a little extra stick 'em on that bat. Face a count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. Or maybe he needed a new batting glove. But we'll see what the weather has in store for us the rest of the week as we try to get these 4 games in with the Hill Rebels. Second game of the day's doubleheader is scheduled to start 30 minutes after the completion of this one. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fastball's upstairs. Wallace with only 1 walk and 5 strikeouts through 3 innings plus a batter. Here's the payoff to Cooper. Off speed and outside, ball 4. Second walk issued by Wallace. Nobody out, runner at first base. And now timeout called as the pitching coach, Peter Stark, wants to go talk to his right-hander and the defense as well. They do that. Let's check scores from around the conference. Out in Cisco, Wranglers have a 5-3 lead on North Central in the bottom of the 4th inning. And Ranger, they're in the top half of the 6th inning. And Weatherford on top of the Rangers 5-2. Grayson and Vernon, they are in the bottom of the 5th. Grayson with an 11-1 lead there. If they can hold the Vikings in the bottom of the 5th inning of that one. They'll win that one on run rule. So that's what is happening in the north part of Region 5. Here the Hill Rebels trying to overcome what was a 5-0 deficit after 2 innings. They've added 1 in the 3rd and 1 here in the top of the 4th. Left fielder Layden Sepulvedo at the plate. Grounded out to shortstop his first time. Takes a slider on the inside 3rd for a strike. .25 hits collected on the year for Sepulvedo. Takes a breaking ball for a strike. 0-2. Has 29 strikeouts against 13 walks. He's been hit by a pitch 6 times. A throw to first base will chase the runner back. Cooper 2 for 2 in the stolen base department. Rebels do like to run the bases with 87 stolen bases on the year and 92 attempts. The breaking ball is hit foul. Third base way. Stays at 0-2. That dark cloud and lack of wind, kind of a strange feeling here at McLennan Field at Bosque River Ballpark. We don't get these conditions normally. Sepulvedo swings and misses for the first out here in the 4th. Strikeout number 6 for Alex Wallace gives him 47 on the year now. Thirtieth time Sepulvedo has been punched out. Now here's Vanderpool, who was strikeout victim number 3 for Alex Wallace when he came to the plate to end the 2nd inning. Now the throw to first base to keep Cooper honest over there. He might get lucky and these clouds pass by without any excess moisture. Breaking ball is hit down the left side, but is hooking foul. Vanderpool was looking breaking ball on that first pitch. Pulled the trigger a little early. Leadoff home run by York. A walk to Cooper. Line drive that's going to slice foul down the right side this time. No balls and 2 strikes on Vanderpool. Highlander infield looking for the double play ball. They had double play depth. A throw to first base. Cooper has a half-step lead over there. He just calmly walks back to the bag. 0-2 pitch. Slider outside. Nice job by LaChance to flag that one down. Got in behind that left-handed batter's box and scooped it up. Another throw to first base. Again, not much of a lead by Tanner Cooper. He just steps back on the bag. The 1-2. Swung on a miss. Went after the slider and couldn't connect. Strikeout number 7 for Alex Wallace. Out number 2 here in the 4th. Now here's Vigo Lopez. Sophomore has a .283 career average as he appears in his 87th career game for the Hill Rebels. Fouls off the first pitch for strike one. Mickey Cochran going to walk a new baseball out to our pitcher is, once again, Dayton LaChance. I think he caught a little bit of that foul ball. Lopez has now collected 71 career hits, includes 11 career doubles, 1 triple, and 10 career home runs. Again, he's headed to McNeese next year. Swing and a miss. Tried to put that one in the Bosque River. 0-2 the count. Pitch misses up and away. Mentioned on that home run by Sam York how he kind of skipped up the first base line and watched it go and then took a slow turn around the bases. These teams got into a home run derby at Hill about 4 or 5 years ago as a pitch misses outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And basically, I think we had anywhere between 10 and 15 home runs in that game. And it ended up being a bat flip contest after a while. It started to get a little heated. The umpires finally put an end to it. Warned both teams. And the next guy that hit a home run, he sped around the bases. It was not a walk. He left vapor trail behind him as he got around the bases quickly. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pitch misses down. Pretty tantalizing pitch to lay off of, but the sophomore Lopez able to hang with it. So with a full count and 2 outs, Cooper going to get a head start at first base. Pitch is foul tipped in the mitt for strike 3. So after giving up the home run and the walk, Wallace ends up striking out the side in the 4th inning. Hill gets 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the 4th with a new score. It's McLennan 5 and Hill 2. There comes the droplets.
McLennan Community College can give you the tools you need to meet your goals, whether you plan to fast track toward a successful career or lay the foundation for advanced educational opportunities. MCC works for me.
You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor Scott and White Health along for the ride. So square up. You got this.
MCC has definitely benefited me most on not only what I want to do, but who I aspire to be. Expect every professor to help you become who you want to be and more. Create your own success at MCC.
Are you a church media team leader or pastor?
Well, that rain that I was hoping was going to stay away has just now arrived here at Bosque River Ballpark. So we're doing what we can to cover up electronics and scorecards for a little brief shower here. Hopefully it'll go away very quickly as it showed up. Our position is out where we end up getting wet. Trying to cover things up and still continue with the ball game here. Marcus Smith leads it off for the Highlanders here in the bottom of the 4th. Hopefully apparently that's the major downpour of the day. Smith has walked both times he's come to the plate. Takes a pitch inside corner for strike one. I'm not made of sugar. I'm not going to melt, but I need to protect this electronic equipment. Pitch is swung on and missed. Nothing in two on Smith. Again, no lightning, so we continue to play. 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball. They appeal to first base. They say he did not go around. First base dugout asking, didn't he swing on his own? That's why I asked the guy at first base. I wasn't sure. 1-2 strike pitch. Breaking down. Goes to 2-2. Well, if that's all the rain we get today, we've done pretty well. 2-2 pitch. Misses outside. And now it's full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Smith trying to get aboard, leading it off here in the 4th. Payoff, down ball 4. He's walked 3 times now in the game. First walk given up by Micah early, but the 6th walk issued by Hill pitching. Now here's Daniel Harden. Harden 1 for 2 with a double and a walk. Squares to bunt very early. And butts it in the air between the catcher and the pitcher. A throw to second base is going to get Marcus Smith. Nice play by Tanner Cooper, the catcher, to take charge. It's going to be a fielder's choice for Harden. Smith is retired 2-6 for the first out. Now here's A.J. Goitia. 0 for 1 officially with a strikeout. Been hit by a pitch and left stranded at first base after he was hit. Throw to first base to keep Harden close to the bag. First pitch hacking comes up empty. Fastball on the outside third, taken for a strike. Ball gets away from the pitcher, but not far enough for the runner to advance. 1 out and 1 on here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Yeah, maybe the rain is gone and I can uncover the stuff I've covered up. Ball bounces in. Nice job by Cooper to keep that one out front. Not allow the runner to advance. Slider misses outside. Swung at a pitch that wasn't quite there yet. It is strikeout number 4 for Micah Early and the 6th strikeout for Hill pitching in the game. 2 outs with a runner at first, and here's McLean Hilton. Throw to first base will chase Harden back to the bag. Pitch hacking. Helton sends one out toward the gap in right center field. It's down for a base knock. Runner from first will end up at third. Well, Helton picks up his first hit of the game, sixth hit of the game for the Highlanders. Puts runners at the corners with 2 outs and brings up Dayton LaChance. Dayton is 0 for 2. He's been on base. He's been at the plate twice now with the bases loaded. And has left 6 runners on base. This is where you need your top RBI guy to come through. Helton with a decent lead at first base. Breaking ball called a strike. Down. With his 0 for 2 today, hitting .344 on the year. Hits this one a ton down the third base line, but it's foul. Pulled the trigger a little early. Micah Early, his third inning of work for Hill after entering with nobody out in the second for the starter, Jackson Rafel. Done a good job out of the bullpen for head coach Chris Ratajki. 1-2 offering. That's hit on a sinking line drive to the shortstop. Backhanded by Martinez for the third out to retire the side for McLennan in the fourth. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on. They left 8 on base now in 4 innings. We've played 4 in our scores, McLennan 5 and Hill 2.
Are you a church media team leader or pastor looking to elevate your streaming game? With Lighthouse Streaming, you can effortlessly manage and broadcast your church services to multiple platforms at once. Save time, reach a wider audience, and keep your content secure with our cloud storage solutions. Ready to take your church's message to the next level? Visit lighthousestreaming.com and book your free consultation today. Connect,
Nine, 1 and 2 for the Hill Rebels here in the top half of the 5th inning. Dylan Martinez leads it off, followed by Bryce Deason and Lane Walton. Highlander starter Alex Wallace still on the Hills, has thrown 77 pitches through the first 4 innings. About to complete his second tour through the Hill lineup here with the 9-hole hitter Dylan Martinez coming to the plate. He's struck out his first time up. He lines the first pitch he sees into center field. For just the third base hit of the game for the Rebels. Well, now here's Bryce Deason, who was hit by a pitch and scored his last time up. Freshman out of Louisiana, hitting .218 at this trip to the plate. Go to first base. Going to keep Martinez honest over there. He's 8 for 8 in the stolen base department. Ground ball foul, third base side. Our wind is now blowing out toward right field at about 5 to 10. And we're getting a little drizzle again, but luckily it's coming from a different direction and I'm not getting wet. Thank you. Go to first base. Back is Martinez. We've only had one game delayed this year. That was for about 2 hours due to lightning. Playing through a little drizzle here. Another throw to first base. Martinez dives back to the bag. Highlanders got the first 5 runs. Rebels have been chipping away at that since the second inning. There goes the runner. The pitch is down and the throw is not in time. Dayton LaChance complaining to the home plate umpire that Deason got in his way to make the throw. But now here comes Tyler Johnson to pick up the conversation. They give the stolen base to Martinez. Deason maybe with a little assist there to get the stolen base. Kind of 1 ball, 1 strike. Breaking ball, that's hitting the center field for a base hit. Runner from third going to be held up. Back-to-back singles. Has something going for the Hill Rebels here in the 5th. Runners at the corners and nobody out. Brings the tying run to the plate. And Lane Walton, who has an RBI single and a strikeout in the game. For 2 for Walton. Has brought his average up from 318 to 321. First pitch, the runner's off to second base. Somebody make a call. I get no call whatsoever from the umpire that's standing next to the base. But Deason apparently steals the base. Now Peter Stark going to go out and discuss some things here. Let's check some other scores while they do that. And Cisco. Wranglers have scored 3 in the bottom of the 5th to take a 9-3 lead over North Central. Weatherford has a 6-2 lead on Ranger, with Ranger batting in the bottom of the 7th, so Weatherford trying to pick up the win there. And we apparently already have a final on Grayson and Vernon. Sure enough, Grayson wins that first game 11-1 on the run rule in 5 innings. Here the Hill Rebels are trying to get back into this one. Tying run at the plate. 1-0 pitch is popped foul, first base side. Got a feeling part of that discussion was, hey, you were getting these guys out with your off-speed stuff in the early innings. They're chowing down on your fastball. Let's change up the pitch sequence here. Wallace studying the pitch communicator. Has the pitch. Off speed again. Popped up. Left field. Daniel Harden coming in. He makes the catch. No tag at third base. There's the first out. So Wallace gets an out with the off-speed stuff. Now faces Aiden Hatton, who's 0 for 1 with a walk and a fly out to center field. Hatton from Burleson. Another left-handed swinger batting in the third spot in the order for Chris Ratajki. Off speed way out in front. 0-1. Another breaking ball that breaks in and hits him in the ankle. Second hit batter of the game for Wallace. It loads him up. Puts the tying run on. Double play in order, though. And Sam York at the plate, who homered his last time up. And looks like that's going to be it for Alex Wallace as Peter Stark once again is out of the dugout. Second visit in the inning means a new pitcher. Wallace is going to go 4 1/3 in his start against the Hill Rebels. So far, he's given up 2 runs that are earned on, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 hits, it appears. He walked only 2, hit 2, and struck out 8. Well, Alex Wallace leaves the game still with the opportunity to be the winner. And the Highlanders go to the bullpen. Call upon Logan Harris here. Harris has been used as a starter as well as a reliever. 6'2", 160-pound freshman from Kingwood, Texas. For Harris, this will be his 10th appearance of the year. His 5th out of the bullpen. 4 wins, no losses, no saves. 23 2/3 innings. The opponents have scored 10 runs off of him that are earned on 20 hits. He's walked 11 and struck out 26. Opponents hitting .222 off of Harris, who has a 3.80 earned run average. Imagine what the Highlander coaching staff is hoping here is that he'll throw a double play ground ball and get out of the inning. Both these teams doing what they can to come up with a win in the first game of today's doubleheader. Harris says he's ready. Return to their bases. Dylan Martinez at third. Bryce Deason at second. Aiden Hatton at first. Hatton being hit by that pitch. That's the 11th time this year he's been hit by the pitch, which leads the team. York now batting .363, top average on the team. Sliders inside. It gets away from LaChance, and run will score on a pass ball. I have to wonder if a change of pitchers has anything to do with pass balls on occasion. Now, both, well, the tying runs in scoring position now. Go ahead, run at the plate. 1-0 the count. Fastball's in for a strike. Harris comes with the arm slot a little below 3/4. Fastball is fouled off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Not quite submarine, but not quite 3/4. Might give him a little illusion of a rise in the fastball. 1-2 pitch. Again, popped up. Out of play. Clinton got 1 in the first and 4 in the second. Hill with 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth now. 5-3 our score. Hill has the tying runs at on base. 1-2 pitch. Just above the zone. Good discipline by Sam York to lay off of that one. That's a pitch he's been swinging at. 2-2 pitch. Foul tip to the mitt for strike 3. Big strikeout there for Logan Harris. 9th strikeout for Highlander pitching, first for Harris. 2 outs now here for Tanner Cooper. Cooper walked and left stranded his last time to the plate. Pitch is fouled off. Upstairs. .85 pitches for Alex Wallace in his start. Logan Harris trying to get out of a jam here. The 1-1 is upstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. Harris has had an inherited run score, but not necessarily his fault, as a pass ball allowed a runner to score from third. 2-1. Off speed and outside, goes to 3 balls and 1 strike. First base is open. Layden Sepulveda waits on deck. Harris with his 3-1. It's outside ball 4. Second time that Cooper has walked in the game. Third walk given up by Highlander pitching. Two outs, bags full of Hill Rebels. Sepulveda at the plate, 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout. Takes the first pitch up for ball 1. Now Dayton LaChante's going to go out and talk to his pitcher. Trying to settle him down, get him to throw pitches where he wants him and throw the right pitch in the right count. First inning that the Rebels have sent as many as 6 batters to the plate. Fouled off. 1 ball, 1 strike. Maybe Dayton saw something in Harris's delivery that had him leaving the ball up. Trying to help him keep the ball down. 1-2. Foul back. Now Harris, a pitch from getting out of the inning. Deason at third, Hatton at second, Cooper at first. He's not being held on over there at first base. 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3 inside third, just above the belt. Nice job by Logan Harris coming out of the bullpen to put out the fire here in the 5th. Rebels get 1 run on 2 base hits. No Highlander errors, and 3 runners were left on base. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Our new score now is McLennan 5 and Hill 3.
Are you a church media team leader or pastor looking to elevate your streaming game? With Lighthouse Streaming, you can effortlessly manage and broadcast your church services to multiple platforms at once. Save time, reach a wider audience, and keep your content secure with our cloud storage solutions. Ready to take your church's message to the next level? Visit lighthousestreaming.com and book your free consultation today. Connect, inspire, and grow with Lighthouse Streaming.
Micah Early has thrown 51 pitches in relief of the starter, but has blanked the Highlanders ever since he's entered the game. Given up no runs on just 1 single, with 1 walk and 4 strikeouts. Faces 8, 9, and 1 in the Highlander order here in the bottom of the 5th. Clinton has left 8 runners on base through the first 4 innings. Cloud watches the first pitch outside for ball 1. Cage walked and scored in the second. Led off the third with a strikeout. Hitting 294 at this at bat. Hits this one in the air to right field and deep. Right fielder going back at the wall, looking up. It's treetop tall and over the wall. A solo home run for Cage McLeod. The Highlanders take a 6-3 lead. 5th home run of the year for McLeod. And RBI number 29 on the season. That'll bring up Owen Smith. He's 0 for 1 officially. Hit by a pitch and scored in the second. Struck out in the third. His second at-bat against Micah Early. Swings over the top and misses for strike 1. Slider in for strike 2. Owen, a sophomore, hitting 297 in his career for the Highlanders. Takes that pitch outside. Game number 60 for him to appear in as a Highlander. 49th start. 49 career hits, includes 7 doubles, 2 triples, and 5 home runs. He fouls that one off. Stays alive at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hit .312 a year ago for the Highlanders. A little off that pace this year, hitting .268 at this at bat. Takes a pitch low and inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Center fielder Deason shaded a bit toward left for the right-handed hitter. Ground ball, third base side. It's foul. Trying to sneak that inside the bag at third. Another 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball stays inside. Off the catcher's mitt. That goes full. Early with his payoff. Swung and missed for strike three. Fifth strikeout recorded by Micah Early. 7 strikeouts now for Hill pitching. 1 out here in the fifth, and it's back to the top of the order and Sherman Johnson. Fouls off the first pitch. A scoring correction back in the second inning. They are going to give Johnson a single and an error on that bunt up the third baseline. They say he would have beat out the throw to first base, and then the throwing error by the third baseman is what sent him to third base. And now he gets hit by a pitch. So he's a base runner for the third time in 4 trips to the plate. Just the 4th time he's been hit by a pitch this year. That brings up Spencer Butt. Spencer does not necessarily qualify for the team lead. You have to have at least 3 at-bats for every game played. Because of that hamstring injury, he hasn't quite had that many at-bats, but he is hitting .420 at this at-bat with a 2-for-3 outing so far. Two singles, 2 RBIs, and a fly out to center field. It's the first pitch toward the gap in right center field. Center fielder going back at the wall. He won't get to it. It bounces at the bottom of the wall. Harden going to be held at third base. It's a double for Spencer Butt. He has a 3-hit game. Just his second double of the year. That brings his average up to .431 on the year. Still with just, let's see, 74, 75. He's still about 20 at-bats shy, or 20 plate appearances shy, having enough to qualify for a team lead. Here's Marcus Smith. He's walked all 3 times he's come to the plate. Fouls off the first pitch. He gets very aggressive in the early part of the count. And then gets selective after he gets 2 strikes on him. It seems a little backward. 6-3 our score. Highlanders threatening to get more here in the 5th. Little looper out towards center field. It'll fall in for a base hit. 1 run is scored. Butt is around third. Here comes the throw to the plate. It will not be in time. On the throw, Smith goes down to second base. 2-run single for Marcus Smith. Makes it 8-3 in favor of McLennan. Three runs here in the 5th. And the right-hander starts to work in the bullpen for the Hill Rebels. Daniel Harden steps up. 1 for 2 in the game. Fielder's choice his last time up. As he tried to bunt and bunted it a little too hard, and the catcher threw out the base runner at second base. A swing and a miss at the first pitch. Fouls this one off the end of the bat. 0-2. Those 2 RBIs for Marcus Smith. RBIs 28 and 29 on the season for Marcus. Now we have time asked for. And Tyler Johnson wants to talk to his batter, Daniel Harden. Offensive conference here. Harden is down the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Daniel, the team leader, and runs scored at 36. He's been hit by a pitch 11 times to lead the team. Tied for the team lead in stolen bases with 7. 0-2 pitch, bounces in. 1-2. Sophomore is appearing in his 95th career game. A .292 career average. He's now scored 100 runs in his Highlander career. Takes another pitch down. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 94 career hits include 19 doubles, 3 triples, 14 home runs. And has picked up 63 RBI in his Highlander career. 2-2. Lined into right field. It's going to fall in for a base hit. Runner from second going to be held at third as Lopez gets to it quickly. Harden has his second hit of the game. Moves Marcus Smith over to third base. 4 hits in the inning for the Highlanders. Gives them 10 in the game now. Now you got 2 right-handers working in the pen for the Rebels. Just 1 out. Double play is in order. A.J. Goitia at the plate, 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts, and he's been hit by a pitch. A throw to first base to keep Harden honest. Goitia had a hot bat for the Highlanders against Ranger last week, 7 for 15, and he hits this one in the air to right field and deep. Center fielder, right fielder can't get to it. It bounces at the warning track. 2 runners will score. It's a 2-run double for A.J. Goitia. Three RBIs in the game now gives him 30 on the year. On his 6th double of the season. Chris Ratajski out to the mound. I think he's made the call of the bullpen. That's going to do it for Micah Early. Third pitcher of the game coming to the hill for the Rebels. Chris Ratajski calls upon Peyton Cook, 5'11", 150-pound freshman out of Shadow Creek High School in Pearland down in the Houston area. Some numbers on Peyton Cook. This will be just his 4th appearance of the year. 2 2/3 innings, allowing 3 runs earned on 3 hits. He's walked 1 and struck out 3. Opponent's hitting .273 off of Cook, who has a 10.13 earned run average. Highlanders have broken this one open with 5 spot here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. After leaving 8 on base in the first 4 innings, they have taken advantage, scoring 4 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits in the inning, plus a hit batter. Michael Early going to go 1, 2, 3, and a third. So far, he's given up 4 runs. giving up 5 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits. Walked only 1 and struck out 5. McLean Helton, the first batter to face Peyton Cook. Helton singled his last time up. Takes a pitch on the outside third for strike. Helton's 1 for 2 in the game, has brought his average up 4 points to 379. Takes a pitch low and inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Still playing under a overcast sky, though those black clouds have turned into gray clouds. Outside with the pitch. 2 balls and 1 strike. Line drive down the left side. The left fielder, though, Sepulveda, going to get over and make the catch. Route number 2. Here's Dayton LaChance. Dayton 0 for 3. Strike out 2 flyouts. Gee, that's dropped his average to 341. First pitch buzzes the tower a bit. No balls and 1 strike. Excuse me, a ball and no strikes. 96 games played for Dayton LaChance now in his career. A 337 career batting average. A swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now collected 114 career RBI. Look to see some of Highlander career records to see if he was closing in on any as he swings and misses on the changeup. And unfortunately, don't think he's going to be able to catch any of those players who got the opportunity to play about 25 extra games thanks to COVID, especially Garrett Martin. Ground ball up the middle. It's in the center field for a base hit. Runner from second is being waved around. Here comes the throw, and it'll be cut off. It's an RBI single. RBI number 46 on the year for Dayton LaChance. On his 45th hit of the year. Eleven to 3 now our score. Highlanders have batted around. Cage McLeod, who started this uprising with a solo home run at the plate. 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored on that home run and a walk. He's also struck out. Takes the first pitch inside for ball 1. Cloud played his high school ball just a little further out 19th Street, China Spring High School. There goes LaChance. Pitch is a strike. The throw down is not in time. LaChance on a delayed steal. Able to steal the base and be in scoring position. He'll surprise you. For Dayton, that is his 5th stolen base of the year without being caught. Cloud trying to bring him home with the 7th run of the inning. Out in front of the changeup. 1 ball, 1 strike. Highlanders sent 10 to the plate in the 2nd and scored 4 runs. They've sent 10 to the plate here in the 5th. They've scored 6 runs. Fastball's up. We got deuces wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner at second base. Popped up. Left side. Shortstop at the outfield cut. Martinez makes the catch for the 3rd out And that retires the Highlanders in the 6th. They get 6 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits. No errors and 1 man left on base. Head to the 6th with a new score. It's McLennan 11 and Hill 3.
Whether you're fast-tracking toward a rewarding career or building the foundation for advanced studies, you'll find a path to success with one of McLennan Community College's 140-plus degree and certification programs. MCC works for me.
Centex Primetime, your go-to source for all things sports. Jalen Gillis brings the realness. Dive into the heart of sports with the most passionate commentary around. From pro to high school, Jalen's got the insight and energy you crave. Catch all the action weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex Sports Network, only on YouTube. Join the conversation and elevate your sports knowledge with Centex Primetime. Don't miss it.
McLennan Community College can give you the tools you need to meet your goals, whether you plan to fast track toward a successful career or lay the foundation for advanced educational opportunities. MCC works for me.
You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor Scott and White Health along for the ride. So square up. You got this.
MCC has definitely benefited me most on not only what I want to do, but who I aspire to be.
2 strikeouts, but no runs on no hits. So now Jonah Conrad on the hill. For Conrad, this will be his 9th appearance of the year. 2 wins, no losses, no saves. 13 in the 3rd innings. He's allowed 8 runs that are earned on 11 hits. He's walked 3 and struck out 12. Opponent's hitting .212 off of Conrad. He's got a 5.40 earned run average. Facing the bottom third of the order, James Vanderpool watches the first pitch for strike 1. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Pitch on the outside corner at the knees for a strike. 0-2. Both strikeouts for Vanderpool were against the starter Alex Wallace, who struck out 8 in his 4 1/3 on the hill. Breaking ball is fouled off first, third base side. McLeod giving chase, but it's going to run out of room. Ball gets in the bullpen. Just 15 pitches thrown by Logan Harris in his time on the hill. We might see him on Saturday, maybe even as a starter on Saturday for the Highlanders. Pitch misses outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, these 2 teams scheduled to complete this 4-game series in Hillsboro on Saturday, but the weatherman doesn't act like he wants to cooperate with us. 1-2 pitch is overthrown and bounced in. 2-2 the count. That's like a 70% chance of rain on Saturday. So we'll see what these 2 teams does. I think we also have a 70% chance on Friday. fly ball out toward the gap in right center field. Going back is the right fielder, and reaching, can't make the catch. It's off the wall. Around second, headed for third, is Vanderpool, and he's there with a triple. Marcus Smith did what he could to get to the ball, but just couldn't get there before it got to the wall. Tyler Johnson checking with his right fielder to make sure he's okay. It's the 5th hit of the game for the Hill Rebels. 2 have been for extra bases, a solo home run, and now a leadoff triple here in the 6th. Highlanders have had 2 big innings, a 4-run second, a 6-run 5th. The Rebels have a single run in the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th for their 3. That looks like we got a pinch hitter. This is not Vigo Lopez. This is Levi Rosenblum batting in the 8th spot. Lopez struck out the 2 times he was up. Takes a pitch on the outside corner. Rosenblum, 5'9", 185-pound freshman from J.J. Pierce High School in Richardson. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Rosenblum appearing in his 23rd game. Make that a 241 batting average, 13 hits, 4 for extra bases, 1 triple, and 3 home runs. 1-2 pitch. Bounced at the plate, and it's said to be foul. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. I don't know. Mickey Cochran was pointing several different directions. Finally, I think he calls it foul. One, two. Swung and missed Weekly for strike 3. First strikeout for Jonah Conrad. That's the 11th strikeout for Highlander pitching in the game. Now the 9-hole hitter Dylan Martinez, the shortstop. Takes a pitch down for ball 1. He singled and scored his last time up. Led off that 5th inning with the single, stole second, came home on a pass ball. Takes a pitch up and in. 2 balls, no strikes. We're in the 6th. Game is scheduled for 7. Already got 1 final in today. Ground ball to the third baseman, McLeod. Looks the runner back. Throws across the diamonds on the money for out number 2. Now the top of the order, Bryce Deason. As the Highlanders try to strand that leadoff triple. Deason 1 for 2, has scored a run. In the first, he grounded out to first base. He was hit by a pitch in the 3rd and scored. Singled in the 5th, but was left stranded. Conrad's first pitch to him is a hard slider, swung and a miss for strike 1. Deason's brought his average up 10 points to 232 with his 1 for 2 in today's game. It's a lazy breeze out to right field right now here. Pitch is on the outside 3rd at the belt for a strike, 0-2 on Deason. Conrad looking for his 2nd strikeout. after him, or did he bounce something in? He bounced something in and still got the strikeout. LaChance will step out front, make a good throw to complete the strikeout. 12th strikeout of the game for Highlander pitching. For Hill in the 6th, no runs on the leadoff triple. There was no errors and one man left on base. Head to the bottom of the 6th, our score remains McLennan 11 and Hill 3.
MCC has definitely benefited me most on not only what I want to do, but who I aspire to be. Expect every professor to help you become who you want to be and more. Create your own success at MCC.
Are you a church media team leader or pastor looking to elevate your streaming game? With Lighthouse Streaming, you can effortlessly manage and broadcast your church services to multiple platforms at once. Save time, reach a wider audience, and keep your content secure with our cloud storage solutions. Ready to take your church's message to the next level? Visit lighthousestreaming.com and book your free consultation today. Connect, inspire, and grow with Lighthouse Streaming.
Leading off for the Highlanders in the bottom half of the
9-1-2 for McLennan here in the bottom of the 6th. Owen Smith starts it off, followed by Sherman Thompson and then Spencer Button. Smith 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. He's also been hit by a pitch and scored. Sophomore out of Houston. All-speed pitch from Peyton Cook is in for strike one. Cook, the third pitcher of the game for Hill. Thrown 16 pitches now in the game. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Two and 0 on Owen Smith. Takes a pitch that bounces at the shoes. Goes to 3-1. Owen appeared in 38 games last year for the Highlanders. This is his 22nd game to appear in this year. Lines this one down the left side, and it's going to be in the corner for a double. A leadoff double by Owen Smith, his 4th double of the year. On his 16th hit of the season. He's at second base with nobody out in the top of the order up. And Sherman Johnson. The Highlanders get 2 runs in this bottom half of the 6th. We can call it a night. The party's over on the run rule. Foul tipped off the mitt for strike 1 by Johnson. He's been on base 3 of the 4 times he's come to the plate. The one time he didn't go to get on base, he lined out to the shortstop. Doubled and scored in the 1st, singled and scored in the 2nd, hit by a pitch and scored in the 5th. That single was a bunt single. He moved to second on a throwing error by the 3rd baseman. Takes a pitch down, 1 ball, 1 strike. Keeps shaking that left hand like he's got something hit the funny bone or some stingers in the fingers. 1-1. Late swing and a miss. He keeps looking at that left wrist. Smith gets his lead from second base. Second baseman Walton shaded over toward the bag to keep him close. 1-2 pitch from Cook. A breaking ball that's hit right to the third baseman. Got that one off the end of the bat and lined it into the glove of third baseman Sam Yark for out number one. That's twice now that Johnson is lined out to an infielder. Just the kind of hard luck year he has had at the plate. But he's 2 for 4 in this one now. Now here's Spencer Butt. He is 3 for 4 in the game. Takes a pitch down for ball one. Ground ball. Second baseman gets to it. Throw to first base in time to retire Butt, but on the play, Owen Smith moves to third base. 2 outs. Now here's Marcus Smith. 1 for 1 with a 2-run single his last trip. Part of a 6-run 5th inning for McLennan. Before that, he's walked 3 times. First pitch to him is out of the zone. That's in for a strike. 1-1 the count. Marcus with those 2 RBIs last time up. Now has 29 on the season and 48 in his career here at McLennan. Swing and a miss out in front of the changeup. Goes to 1-2. We're in the 6th of a game that's scheduled for 7. Highlanders up by 8 at 11-3. Pitch misses away. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pitch buzzes the tower. Goes to 3-2. Gentle breeze now blowing out to right field here at Bosque River Ballpark. Runner at third gets his lead. The 3-2 pitch. Bounces in, ball 4. That's the 4th time today that Marcus Smith has walked. That passes the bat to Daniel Harden. And the 4 spot, he is 2 for 3 on the game with a run scored. He's not picked up an RBI today. Opportunity here, though. Takes the first pitch low and inside for ball 1. 294 career average for Harden here at McLennan, with 95 hits and 101 runs scored. Pitch misses up. He's got 19 career doubles, 3 triples, 14 career home runs. 6 of those have come this year. And 63 career RBI. And the count at 2 balls and no strikes. Ball misses inside, gets by the catcher. Owen Smith will come home to score on the wild pitch. Now the potential winning run in scoring position. If the Highlanders are to do this one in run rule fashion. Daniel Harden trying to bring that runner home. It's Marcus Smith that stands out at second base as the potential game winner on a run rule. Squares to bunt, pulls back on a pitch that's up. Just ball 3. For some reason, oh, we have a balk call. Pardon me. So now Marcus Smith at third base. Apparently, Peyton Cook blew through the stop sign on the mound to send Marcus to third base. In for a strike. 3-1. Harden just trying to sneak something through the infield. A swing and a miss. Takes it full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Peyton Cook trying to give his offense one more opportunity in this one in the top of the 7th. The payoff, up high, ball 4 goes all the way to the backstop. Here comes Marcus Smith, and he will slide in safely with the game-winning run. So another wild pitch ends the game. Highlanders going to win this one in run rule fashion by a score of 13-3. In the 6th, they come up with 2 runs. They do it on just 1 base hit. There was no errors. 1 man left on base. Our final score is McLennan 13 and Hill 3.
Whether you're fast-tracking toward a rewarding career or building the foundation for advanced studies, you'll find a path to success with one of McLennan Community College's 140-plus degree and certification programs. MCC works for me.
Centex Primetime, your go-to source for all things sports. Jalen Gillis brings the realness. Dive into the heart of sports with the most passionate commentary around. From pro to high school, Jalen's got the insight and energy you crave. Catch all the action weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex Sports Network, only on YouTube. Join the conversation and elevate your sports knowledge with Centex.